countdown for blast-off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, X minus 1, fire.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the girl I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why he had to go, I don't know, he wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why he had to go, I don't know, he wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday.
What gives you the right to meddle in my affairs, Albert? We may be the essence of equality in our jurisdiction. Even so, we must honor each other's wishes and intentions. It is no more right for me to meddle in your affairs than you to insert yourself in mine. We approach the midnight hour, and all is just as it must be. The residents of Waterford may not know it, but they are within the central time point of all human history. Nothing must occur which will change the outcome of what was and must be again.
As far as I'm aware, nothing has been changed. Yet, young Bunson and Sylvester are exactly where they need to be. This instance was simply my place in history being fulfilled. Though my desire to see things changed may lay in its root, the tree that came forth was always meant to be Ariel. Yes, I do want to see things done more efficiently, more quickly, more to the point, that the fundamental issues underlying all of fate may be explored.
Because something occurs swiftly does not mean that it is done well. Bunson is being prepared for his destiny. I hid each item in a sore spot of history, that Bunson may become one with the waves of time and frustration. He must be prepared. One cannot show him the path and expect him to travel it successfully. He must be taught of the path, of the dangers both hidden and seen, that he may walk it triumphantly, regardless what may try to stop his ascent.
Agreed.
Albert, we two, you and I, must be of one mindset going forward. You know as well as I the danger of our downfall. If we fail to live up to our calling, Orville M.T. will succeed in his quest to conquer history. He, like us, knows some of the outcome of current events, yet neither he nor you nor I know all that will occur. With time, even those of us who live outside of it, we are still hampered by its limitations, with Orville fulfilling his destiny, with Jason and he whom he serves attacking us, with the giant mutant monster beast still loose in Waterford, a remnant of days past, the beast still trying to get home, or to us at any cost. We must stand strong, as I, your sister, and you, my brother, if we are to battle the unknown variables of the future, we must do so together.
Again, agreed. To a point. You know as well as I that inaction is just as important as active stances and actions. What we fail to do is just as important as what we take part in. I will, as I always have, go along with whatever plans you set in motion, up to a point, just as I have now with Bunson, just as I have in the past. If I feel compelled to act, I must. It is my nature. I cannot be changed.
Mutual respect and candor. Sometimes it is all we have, Albert. Sometimes it is all we need. Yet I fear the future, Albert. What you do, what I do, is nothing to the destructive will of Orville M.T.
That our fate rests in the hands of 2 young bears, 2 children, does cause me concern, Ariel.
Little children are as they in the kingdom, Albert. Have faith. If I can be certain that someone as powerful as Captain Orville M.T. can be defeated, I ask that you trust me in that his instrument of defeat is one as helpless as a child.
Only Nixon could go to China. Is that what you are trying to tell me, Ariel?
The eye of the hurricane is past. The attack resumes. Hurry, Bunson. Hurry, for the time has come for you to fulfill your destiny and assume your proper place in the universe. Learn, Bunson. Be wise. Be compassionate. Be kind. For in faith, hope, and charity are found the things of heaven. As always, they are your best protection.
Near Mount Fujiyama, priests wait at the burial place of Emperor Hirohito's father. The emperor comes to report to his ancestors on the defeat of Japan. This visit, made only with General MacArthur's permission, is part of Japanese religious custom. The emperor wears semi-civilian court dress as he mounts to the great domed mausoleum. His mission is to explain the presence of American soldiers on Japan's soil. Hirohito's last previous visit was to report the Pearl Harbor attack. Today, his ancestors learn of Japan's utter defeat. The Palace of Justice in Nuremberg, Germany, once the holy city of Nazism, becomes the setting of an epic event. Here, under the vigilant eyes of Allied military police, the 20 most important surviving members of the Hitler gang go on trial. The attention of all the world is centered on this city and this scene. High representatives of France, Britain, America, and Russia form the tribunal. They will judge the ringleaders of a conspiracy that brought war to all the world for their crimes against peace and humanity. Earphones connected with an elaborate translating system enable judges, lawyers, defendants, and spectators to follow the trial in German, French, Russian, or English. The chief of the Germans Defense Council addresses the court.
Vor Beginn der Sitzung über die Frage des Verkehrs zwischen Verteidiger und Defendant während der Sitzung.
Each of the defendants has his own counsel.
Meine Bitte, die ich für die Gesamtverteidigung äußere, geht also dahin zu
Prisoners Schacht, Seyss-Inquart, von Papen, Dönitz, and the rest of the 20 are led by Hermann Goering. On trial for their lives, they seem less than supermen, especially Rudolf Hess, who at first tried to persuade Allied doctors that he is insane. Britain's Lord Justice Lawrence addresses the defendants.
To plead guilty or not guilty to the charges against them. They will proceed in turn to a point in the dock opposite to the microphone. Hermann Wilhelm Goering.
Reichsmarshal Goering, cold-blooded planner of international plunder, torture, and murder, now arrogantly attempts to take advantage of the court procedure.
Bevor ich die Frage des Gerichtshofes beantworte, ob ich mich schuldig oder nicht schuldig bekenne,
I informed the court that defendants were not entitled to make a statement. You must plead guilty or not guilty.
bekenne mich im Sinne der Anklage nicht schuldig.
Not guilty.
Rudolf Hess.
Once the third-ranking Nazi, Hess parachuted down over England early in the war.
Nein.
That will be entered as a plea of not guilty.
Joachim von Ribbentrop.
Ich bekenne mich im Sinne der Anklage für nicht schuldig.
Not guilty.
Wilhelm Keitel.
Ich bekenne mich nicht schuldig.
The Chief of Staff pleads innocent. Next, Alfred Rosenberg, philosopher of Nazism. Not guilty.
Julius Streicher.
Nicht schuldig.
Not guilty. Hermann Goering tries again to make a statement, but is firmly dealt with.
You are not entitled to address the tribunal except through your counsel at the present time.
United States Supreme Court Justice Robert H. Jackson opens the prosecution's case.
The privilege of opening the first trial in history for crimes against the peace of the world imposes a grave responsibility. The wrongs which we seek to condemn and punish have been so calculated, so malignant and so devastating that civilization cannot tolerate their being ignored because it cannot survive their being repeated. That four great nations, flushed with victory and stung with injury, stay the hand of vengeance and voluntarily submit their captive enemies to the judgment of the law is one of the most significant tributes that power has ever paid to reason.
Documented in full from thousands of sources and attested to in the blood and suffering of millions, the case of the United Nations against Nazi Germany's leaders moves ahead.
Do you know much about this fellow we're searching for?
Just a little bit I remember from what I seen on the History Channel. The guy was, well, I don't know exactly how to say it. I remember the scenes they done showed of him at the war crimes trial. He didn't seem like he was all there, like there was something wrong with his mind. He is, well, this entire scene we're in right now is just another facet of the mystery of Rudolf Hess. I remember before America got into the war around May of 1941, this guy was Hitler's deputy. For some reason, he done took it upon himself to fly 1,000 miles into Scotland, ditch his plane and parachute on some kind of peace mission. Only there wasn't nobody else but Hess himself who knew anything about the peace mission. Germany went on to invade Russia not long afterward. Nobody knew it at the time, but Hitler fighting the war on two fronts was what ultimately led to Germany's defeat.
So, Rudolf Hess was crazy. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Pretty much. History has a way of being written the way the victors want it to be read by later generations. So there is probably a lot more to the story than that what we knows. But from Hess's actions at the war crimes trial, and the fact that he spent the rest of his life in prison, a prison where he was the only prisoner at the end, well, something was going on with him that history was not able to record. We may never know what truly happened here in this field in Scotland. As nutty as Hess was, it may be for the best.
Why would Ariel give anything to a man who is so unstable?
The best place to hide something important is where people are afraid to look, Sylvester.
Like Navigo's cave.
Yeah, just like that. I just can't believe everyone thinks I was dead. I mean, I went for months last year, and nobody seemed to care that I was gone. Now this time, the same thing has happened, and they sold a funeral for me. I just can't wait to get through with this mission, get the cloak, and get back home to Ginny and the little tots. I just didn't even want to get mixed up in this stuff anymore, but somehow I was always end up right smack dab in the middle of this craziness. Well, once this is over, I was going home, and I was staying there. No more crazy adventures for me. I was going to retire.
Who's over there? Coming out, whoever you are.
Hey, you. What you doing over there in those bushes? Come on out.
Did she send you? Did she?
If you mean Ariel, why?
Yes, she did. I did not have much faith that she would. After all, she's a cat. But she did send you. She did.
Yes, you've gotta be Rudolph.
Hess is the name. Trading's my game. I've got what you want. But do you have what I need? Do you? What's wrong with him, Bunson?
My first guess would be a lot.
Speak up, boys. There's no need to be shy. We are all alone here, which is why it is perfect. Nobody will see or hear anything. Nobody.
Yes, well, man, I've got to get this over with in a rush, for Sylvester's sake, for my own sanity. Mr. Hess.
No need to apologize. I talk to myself too. Sometimes we're the only people intelligent enough to know what we say ourselves.
Sure. I've got what you need, Mr. Hess. Maybe not a moment too soon.
Toot.
Oh, man, do you have what Ariel gave you?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Oh, wow. I was thankful that you brought this here with you, Mr. Hess. Here's what you need. Be careful not to spill it. It's awfully powerful.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Happy days will be here again. Happy days will be here again. No more gloomy skies now or then. We'll be together forever, friends.
You sure you's okay with handling that? Hello, Paradol. Ain't exactly like taking an aspirin, you know. I'd hate to see you break the vial or spill it, because you definitely need every last drop of it.
Nonsense. I handle stuff like this all the time. Why, I've got a castle in Ireland filled with layer after layer of mud pies. They are great for the skin. Slap one in someone's face. That's $50 for a facial and a beauty parlor. Mud pies, I'm telling you. They are the wave of the future, even if they do taste like dirt.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, well, good luck to you, Mr. Hess. We's, got to be going. Just wait around here for a little while, and you'll be found. You'll be found. Peace be with you, Mr. Hess. And a whole lot of psychiatric counseling, too. Come on, Sylvester. It's time to get going.
Bunson, there's one thing I'd like to know about what just happened. Did Ariel tell Rudolph Hess to fly to the spot to meet us? Or did he fly here on his own? And Ariel just used the fact that he'd be here anyway, so she had us do the exchange.
What? What do you mean, Sylvester?
Well, I'm just wondering if we are changing how history happened, or we're just a part of it all along.
That's a deep thought for someone so young. I don't know, Sylvester. I don't know the answer to that. What made you think of that?
Well, if we were just a part of history all along and playing our parts in it, then we have no free will. However, if Hess will be helped with that drug, so that we're actually changing history, then we have free will. I don't know. When we do something on these missions, are we free to choose our own path? Or like those trapped in time like Mr. Hess, are we simply following a path that's been laid out for us?
That's a question that people has been trying to solve for centuries, Sylvester. For one as smart as you, starting out as young as you are, maybe, just maybe, by the time you grows up, you'll have found an answer, and you can tell me what it is. Because my cousin eyes don't know, and that's the truth.
Me? Discover something like that? Me, Bunson? Wow, that would be wow! If we can help someone as tormented as Rudolph Hess, maybe, just maybe someday I can do a whole lot more. Maybe someday.
Fun's more fun with a camera wherever you are, you know. Fun's more fun with a camera to capture it all as you go. Take your camera along and save it in pictures.
Fun's more fun when you bring it home with you in pictures. So why don't you do as we do and take pictures of all your good times? At home or away, whether you take snapshots in black and white or color slides or your own personal movies, this very weekend will be a wonderful time to take pictures you'll always treasure.
Take your camera along and save it in pictures.
Why not get an extra roll of Kodak film tomorrow?
Two naturals join forces in a natural new cereal combination. Post, Bran, and Prune Flakes. Now you get the rewards of both in one box, in one delicious serving. Two naturals join forces to put the benefits of Bran and the sweetness of prunes in every spoonful, to give you flavor you're sure to take a liking to. Two naturals join forces in new Post, Bran, and Prune Flakes.
We love them hot, hot shots, those brand new hot shots. It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat. You'll get a bang and a hot shot. They've got a lot of hot, for just a nickel. Look at all you've got. It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat. You'll get a bang and a hot shot.
They're new, hot red hot shots. Good and hot tongue-teasing candy that's sure to give your taste a bang.
It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat.
Just pull the fuse, pop them in your mouth, and take off for fun. What candy?
We love them hot, hot shots. You beach nut hot shots. It's a firecracker treat that's fun to eat. Pow!
New from Bird's Eye, greatest advance in infant feeding in 30 years. Bird's Eye frozen instant baby foods. Unique dry freezing process makes tiny frozen food crystals that give baby more of the natural food values, fresh flavor, and color of fresh foods. No long high temperatures as in jarring or canning. Bird's Eye's gentle cooking and quick dry freezing protect vitamins and proteins. And Bird's Eye frozen instant baby foods are free-flowing. Just add water or milk, stir, and serve. No thawing, no further cooking. Baby gets strain foods with fresh food goodness. No more half-used jars to store and reheat or spoil and throw away. Baby gets a fresh serving every serving. Ask your doctor. For important vitamins and high-quality proteins your baby needs for sturdy growth, give him Bird's Eye frozen instant baby foods.
Lionel, your brother-in-law was a good commander. I cannot blame him for seizing power from me. However, that he did not keep that power is something I could not forgive. Neither could you, Bob.
I spend my life selling hot air, then transition to cold air, then freeze-dried air, just to make a buck. Then that idiot brother-in-law of mine goes and hijacks a space armada and chooses to disband it. It's a good thing he owed me a favor, or else I'd never have gotten this ship from him. It's not much, but it's all that's left of the Clog's fleet. Lionel had all the spare scrap metal turned into toilets. He said it was a fitting end for your dreams of universal conquest. What my sister ever saw in that dude is beyond me.
Fitting end. Well, at least he's developed something of a sense of humor. He was always such a bore when I knew him.
He still is.
Are we over Waterford? Over the central time point?
Directly overhead, Captain. Awaiting further orders.
There are none to give. Now, we wait. We wait for the circle to complete. We wait for Bunson, for Sylvester, for Albert. We wait for Jingles. Once all four are together again in Waterford, then we act. Until then...
I don't know about you, but I'm going back down to the shuttle bay. I beamed me up one of them, their parking meters, and I got all those metal fragments out of it. Nothing like dropping metal from 5 miles in space and seeing how big a crater it will make when it hits land. Want to join me, Captain?
Why not? Even a universal ruler needs some rest and relaxation from time to time. Let's up the ante. Whomever makes the biggest crater gets seconds on dessert tonight. Strawberry shortcake is on the menu. I hope your wind-up is good, Bob, because if there's one thing I'm partial to, it's strawberry shortcake.